from shutting down a noisy heckler.
What's that, sir? America, yeah, America. Don't think. Just do what you want to do. Take your dick out. You know?
To calling out the stupid anti-vax mob.
What is wrong with us? People aren't going to take the vaccine, but they'll take Ozempic, right?
Here are 10 times Bill Burr destroyed dumb Americans. Starting with the time he ripped into his American audience's constant outrage in an interview on The Herd.
It's not that people get offended more than they used to. It's just for some reason media just focuses on it. Like you'll do a show in front of 1,500 people night after night after night after night, and then one person in your run gets offended, and then they act like, you know.
They go to social media.
Oh, they act like that person won a Peabody Award and writes for the New York Times, rather than they're just some head from the crowd who did. It's so stupid.
But when Colin made a stupid comment about a veteran comic, Bill put him in his scope instead.
So I got a buddy going to see Don Rickles this weekend.
Oh, I saw him about a year and a half ago.
How was he? I mean,
he's great.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's still great.
Yeah. He's Don Rickles.
So he's still.
I met Michael Jordan. How was he?
So
he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Still.
While Colin's blunder was bad, though, it was his co-host that kicked her IQ out of the interview's goalposts.
Wait, where are you from in Boston?
I lived in a safe suburbs. The safe suburbs of Boston. I didn't steal cars.
One?
I played street hockey in a cul-de-sac. My mother made pies. I had a paper route.
What are we talking?
Huh?
Saugus? I would like to know.
Look how beautiful you are. Look how beautiful. You know how many psychos are out there? I'm not going to tell where I live.
No, I feel like
What's your social security number?
Of course, it wouldn't be a The Herd interview without Bill punting on Colin's furniture.
You wouldn't know.
You're just so damn far away.
What do you mean?
I feel like I'm in that Sandra Bullock space movie right now. You're just going to like float away.
I didn't build this set, Bill.
Huh? Give me a break.
No, I didn't.
I wouldn't say give me a giant desk. This is like it's like Andy Kaufman here. Yeah, I'm just looking up at you.
Even with the match finishing up, Bill still kept jabbing Colin like it was 4th down and inches.
I didn't.
I'm on half an L-shaped couch over here. Did you get this on the curb? Reupholster it?
No, I didn't want this. Well, you know what? We have recommended to the construction people to lower my desk about 4 inches, raise that 6, and it would
I think you just go with it. I think that's your thing.
Go higher?
Yeah, go higher.
While it was Bill this time interrupting Colin with his roasts, Karma would bite him back when a dumb heckler interrupted him during a special.
America, yeah, America. Don't think. Just do what you want to do. Take your dick out. You know? I'll tell you, that's what George Washington was talking about. You know? They really need to shut down the internet.
And the heckler just proved the point for Bill's next joke.
They have to shut it. We are clearly too stupid to all be sharing ideas in this giant towny bar that we've created. You guys are all cheering. You're all on the internet just like me.
But when he was just done shutting down one heckler, another one popped right back up.
I am a changed person, believe it or not. I am. I had an experience earlier this year. This is all true. Now, you don't think so? Some guy just yelled bullshit.
This time, however, Bill wasn't going to let go without calling out every one of the heckler's tribe.
Don't start hugging people and loving yourself and crying when you see something cute. Hang on to it. Lash out at people. Reach for your pistol under the seat. Do it.
The hecklers genuinely acted like themselves, something that can't be said for Bill Maher, who didn't drop his pretentious act until Bill straightened him out.
Well, a few minutes ago, you said I was a lot smarter than I let on, and now you're talking down to me, saying, oh, you're fucking roof, and I'm some guy at the end of the bar. Who am I, Bill?
It all started when Bill invited Maher on his podcast and poked him with friendly banter.
Who in my generation?
Your
I'm
generation.
12 years older than you.
You're a boomer, man. You're fucking talking about the Beatles.
You're 54.
Your feathers
okay, so you're 12
fluffed
years.
about what's her face.
Okay, by the way,
the White Album is so much better than Taylor Swift.
Before it could even shine, though, Bill blocked Maher's projection light.
But I'm saying, as a kid, I was coming up. Your stand-up generation.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
during the heyday of the sitcom.
Yeah.
Can we meet on that ground? Can you uncross your arms for half a second? Let me feel like you're judging me.
And when Bill attacked, he went straight for Maher's old joints.
You were talking about that.
Again, we're 12 years difference in age. I mean, you make it sound like...
That's a big difference. Buy a bag of grass this fucking big. Now it is.
If this is what you need...
Now it isn't.
If this is what you need to make yourself feel young.
But Bill wasn't done grinding salt on Maher's wound.
All I know is...
Now it's not a big deal, but like when I was 12, you were 24. You had like a mustache and shit.
Okay, but when I was 20... When I was 36, you were 24.
Later, when Bill shared a personal anecdote on 2008's housing crisis, Maher's response couldn't have been ruder.
But I just can't engage on this level of we're talking about your roof.
They're not sorry about my roof.
It's so because that's anecdotal. Because you're trying to extrapolate from your roof.
And that was all the chance Bill needed to pop off.
Well, a few minutes ago, you said I was a lot smarter than I let on, and now you're talking down to me, saying, "Oh, you're fucking roof," and I'm some guy at the end of the bar. Who am I, Bill?
Bill was just tearing into dumb American citizens so far, but he took it to the next level when he went after the dumb politicians running America itself.
And what about how Democrats and Republicans both agreed you can't try them for insider trading? They're fucking criminals. You can give a politician a gratuity
Eat my
after.
fucking asshole.
But if you
Eat my ass out. It's not a bribe.
Exposing politicians was just the start, though, because Bill called out the circus they built next.
I just can't believe people fall for it. It's like you watch a video about Michael Jordan, or it's about somebody making like a cake or something, and then somebody be like, "Yeah, thanks, Joe Biden," or they're like, "Yeah, not Donald Trump's thing," and then these people just jump on the hook, and they just do that. And a lot of times, I guess they're just bots trying to get you to interact.
Soon after, Bill shared his own version of utopia.
If I was running shit, let me tell you something. Me and my 2x4, oh, Billy's gonna clean up the streets.
Tell me what's up.
If you had a fucking robot that was out there trying to get people in your own country to argue about politics, about everything, you would be hung in the street like for fucking treason.
And next in line were the true perpetrators of America's current divide.
You make money off of dividing Americans every fucking day. And like that bullshit. Like CNN was talking about the CEO guy, and they were all the reactions.
Yes.
And people are not into this stuff. It's like they didn't know that.
Right.
And now the only reason why they're talking about it is because everybody's talking about it, and they're just using it to get views and make some fucking money.
But before moving on, Bill had a last bone to pick with the corporate vultures circling the American dream.
Like I'm watching like the World Series, and in the middle of it, they have this stand up for cancer, and everybody stands up sad, holding these signs, and everybody knows somebody that dies of cancer, but nobody brings up that our food supply is totally fucking poison. And then if you sit there going like, can I just watch a fucking baseball game without being reminded that corporations are killing their own fucking countrymen? And nobody's going to do or say anything about it.
Whether it was the politicians or the media, Bill never held back, and his next rant proved it even more when he went after the American the whole world idolized.
Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know, a lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That was insane.
Without a care for public opinion, Bill tore straight into Jobs' iCult worshippers.
He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent?
Instead of Apple's glossy image, though, Bill painted Jobs in his cracked screen reality.
I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the f*** are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy.
Not stopping there, Bill pointed out how it was the lab coats putting in more work than the turtleneck.
Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, you know. I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap your f***ing heads around that, guys.
But Bill's call-out kept getting better, unlike iPhones every year.
I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the f*** was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop.
Bill's final punch wasn't for Jobs. However, it was for the eye sheep in the seats.
Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy?
Just like he caught the audience off guard this time, Bill pulled the same trick again in his latest special with a story that started relatively innocent.
Like recently, somebody I know got diagnosed, with dementia, which is, it sucks, but there's nothing you can do, What do you do when somebody has dementia? What can you really do? You just be nice to them, right? They repeat a story, you just act like it's the first time they said it. You know what I mean? You don't sit there looking around the room like they're doing this again? Jesus Christ.
But if anyone thought Bill was just punching down, his punchline showed he was swinging way higher.
What is this, Groundhog Day? You think he's gonna change the ending? I mean, good Lord, I don't give a f***. He's not gonna remember me saying this, right? They repeat a question, you just act like it's the first time they asked it. You are nice to people with dementia unless they're the President of the United States, at which point,
And Bill clocked the crowd's double standards instantly.
At which point you can go off. Look at you guys. People applauding that somebody has dementia. How f***ed up is that? Not 30 seconds ago when I said someone in my family got diagnosed, you guys were all, you could hear a pin drop. And you had empathy, like, oh no, maybe you know somebody that has it or whatever. Oh my God, it's terrible. I know what you're going through.
Doubling down, Bill hammered away at the political hypocrites in his audience.
Second you put a blue or a red tie on it, that old man, him, I'm glad he's gonna die. Yeah, still applauding. What is wrong with us? We're out of our minds. People aren't gonna take the vaccine, but they'll take Ozempic, right?
Later, Bill shared a reality where our ex-president didn't look so presidential anymore.
If Joe Biden, here's the funny thing, if Joe Biden wasn't a politician, if he wasn't famous, if he was just some random old guy sitting by himself in a diner, repeating himself, there's nobody with him. You would have empathy for him, going like, oh my God, is there anybody with that guy? Oh, I mean, that is really dangerous. Who's gonna help him out?
And before the curtain call, Bill dropped one last exposition on political extremists.
How's he gonna know he already had pie? He could eat himself to death, right? Second he's a Democrat or a Republican, you're just like, F you old man, you're losing your mind. You're going crazy. You already said that. You already said that. You already said that.
While Bill just mocked them right here, he set up an even bigger trap for them with this next question.
I like all of those guns, but guns also scare me because I feel like guns are kind of like guitars, Like almost every house has one, but not really anybody's that good at it, And I get with guitar how you get better. You play 2-3 hours a day. I don't get, how do you get better at shooting? Like, how do you practice?
And one trigger-happy woman instantly took the bait.
Gun range. They always say that, the gun range. That's not practicing. It's a total controlled environment. You go down there and you put on your little headset, got to protect my hearing. I wouldn't want my ears to go ringy-ding-ding. And then you lay out all your bullets, little charcuterie board. I have my weapon pointed down, you f***ing thing.
What came next was open mockery season on gun nuts, and Bill didn't miss.
And now it's time for the target. Then you sit there and you're like, a poo, a poo poo, poo, a pee. Oh, center mass! I'm gonna hang that in my house so everybody sees what a badass I am.
And Bill gave the ammo addicts a truth bomb their gun range never could prepare them for.
That's not practicing. You want to practice? Have somebody wake you up at 3 in the morning when you're wearing nothing but your pajama bottoms. And they throw you in the garage. There's a baby, a rattlesnake, and a fucking bear. And your wife's flipping the lights on and off going, do something, Johnny, do something, do something, do something. That is practicing. Yeah.
But before moving on, Bill made sure the mag dump mob was aware of the brutal reality.
I feel like that's how it's going to go down. I don't know shit about it, but I got a good feeling that, the day somebody breaks into your house, gun owners, they're not going to come in like this. They're not going to be like peeking around the corner and then just go, would-dee, dee, dee.
After unloading his roast rifle on the guys camo wrapping their AR-15s, Bill turned the same firepower on parents bubble wrapping their kids.
What do you think of parents now? How do you compare them to parents in the 70s?
Oh, it's just completely, the kids have so much power. It's like ridiculous. Like half of these kids, I'm like, I look and I just have what happened to me. And I'm like looking at a kid and be like, this kid's about ready to get punted across the grocery store. And it just never happens.
Before Conan got any more confused, though, Bill set the record straight.
You're mad that children are not being hit.
This should be the threat of it. Half of it was just that, look, it was just your dad was acting like he was going to do it. He never did it, but your mother did. And because she was a woman, it was like, okay. Because it was like, hey, you let a girl beat you up, you kind of felt emasculated.
Soon, Bill's rant shifted to the participation trophy generation.
We had a rule, like, a lot of the stuff that I look at from when I was a kid that actually kind of made sense in a way would now be considered like abuse, I guess. Like when I was a kid, if you didn't finish your supper, as we called it.
Supper, yeah.
Yeah, my mother was just like, well, you're gonna finish, she would just wrap it in cellophane and you just picked up where you left off for breakfast, like a blue collar job.
Reminiscing about his childhood, Bill displayed the parenting contrast with a story about his little brother.
My mother always made Sunday breakfast, so we had all these waffles, eggs, bacon, this whole layout. My brother was looking at half-eaten cube steaks and a little mound of green bean casserole. And she goes, no, you gotta finish your supper. He's like, well, after I finish my supper, then can I have a waffle? She goes, no, that is your breakfast. And he goes, oh, Mom, I hate you. And my dad, without looking up, took a full glass of milk and threw it in his face.
But it didn't take long for Bill to go back to lobbing grenades at modern culture.
We know what's hilarious was my mother just popped up and just immediately started cleaning up, and my dad just kept eating. Like he didn't like the roles were defined back then. Now the guy has to throw the milk, he has to clean it up while telling his wife she's brave for just sitting there. Like whatever that is. Can you hear it? Oh, I know.
And while he was at it, Bill pulled the Me Too movement in the blast radius too.
It's just, it's ridiculous. Like that believe women. It's like all of them. How about 85%? I'll give you 87%, all right? But that last 13% that keys your car, lights your shit on fire, and puts a family pet in a pot of stew.
While Bill destroyed the left this time, it was the right that caught all of his heat in an interview on The Rich Eisen Show.
That's like those Trump guys. They're always going like, you snowflakes, F your feelings and all of that. And then you make fun of Trump. They're like, oh my God, it's so disrespectful. It's like you're saying F Joe Biden. It's like you can't have it both ways. So that's my thing as a Pats fan, okay? Yeah. It's just like if you're doing it too, quit your crying. Quit your crying. I mean,
Despite his wife's controversial actions, though, Bill wasn't one to fold to the Republicans.
How's your wife's hands doing these days?
Oh, they're fantastic. I love my wife. You know where you stand with her. Okay? The guy walked in the arena. Everybody cheered. She gave him the finger. Nobody got arrested. That's why this country's great. Everybody expressed themselves. Can we all be adults?
And as if burning Republican buildings wasn't enough, Bill went for Trump Tower next.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I came there to go to the fights. I didn't know I was going to the Republican National Convention. My favorite thing was when Trump was going, thank you. Thank you. You know what it reminded me of? When OJ got acquitted. Remember that? When he's going, thank you. Like, I can't believe I'm getting off of this. Thank you. Thank you.
But Bill couldn't help but mock the president's shady math.
He's another guy. Donald Trump. He's getting the Michigan treatment. Do you know how many people you could accuse of that? Falsifying your assets for what they're really worth?
Right.
Like, how come they're not going after the banks? I can just walk into a bank and be like, my house is worth $5 trillion. Can I have a $30 million loan? Okay.
My only pushback on that story is you said your wife gave him the finger. It was more than one, I think I saw, right?
It was dual.
Before anyone got the wrong idea, Burr made it clear that he swings at both sides in his next special, starting with the Colin Kaepernick controversy.
No, everything has just become absolutes in the States. It's fucking nuts. Like that Colin Kaepernick guy, right? You knew when he was like protesting during the national anthem, no one was going to listen to what the he had to say, no matter how much he explained it. He goes, I'm taking a knee during the national anthem. This is a protest about police brutality.
Right away, Bill ripped into the right for being the very snowflakes they mock.
He got about halfway through that. People are like, my brother's fighting in Iraq, you fucking piece of shit. And it's just like, buddy. Nobody is saying your brother isn't in Iraq fighting. You're not listening. This is about police brutality. My brother's a firefighter. He watched 9/11 on television. No, buddy. Nobody's saying that your brother's not a firefighter.
But in true Burr fashion, Bill took equal shots at Twitter warriors, too.
It went from not listening to women to just believe women, right? And then, and then people just like, did you see that story? Did you read the story? You can't make something like that up. I always want to be like, well, did you see Star Wars? I mean, somebody made that up. They made like 15 of them, People can make up, right?
Next in Bill's sights were the cancel crusaders' illogical claims.
You're part of the problem. Get the No means no, that's another one. No means no. It's like, no, it doesn't. All right? Look, no means no. No, that means no. All right, but no, stop it. What are you doing? Oh my God. You're being so bad. Stop it.
Before finishing up, Bill exposed one of the major cracks in the Me Too movement.
But then you go to court and you get a bad read and there's some guy reading it. Your Honor, she said no. Stop it. What are you doing? You're being so bad. Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, she didn't f***ing say it like that. She didn't say it like that.
Proving that no matter if they're on the left or the right, Bill will always destroy dumb Americans.